Hey, China.
Okay, yeah, and that was all of them on that email.
Yeah.
Now, that's not with us, right? That is with,
Well,
it just says just.
but I'm gonna file it in circuit. I know it's styled for justice, but it's for the justice court cases, the 9 charges, the November 9 charges that I had. I am submitting this to circuit court. I have nothing further to do with Jill. I don't want to see her face again.
Okay. Now, let me see.
And she's the one that keeps saying that it needs to be filed here. And I tried to argue that with her the other day that the court of conviction is really where it should be filed at, which would be justice court. But nonetheless, I don't feel like dealing with her.
Okay, so I guess I need to figure out, because that would be opening a new case. So.
And today is, huh?
You know, to open a new case.
I'm under a pauper's oath in all courts. In fact, it's even on here that I actually have the judge at Justice Court actually has me granted for.
Okay. I just got, let me get with Jeff, because I'm not real sure. I know that all that other, everything that we're doing, I just don't know if it has to be, like, the paperwork approved and all that.
I mean, I can fill out another affidavit.
Well, let me get with Jeff.
But there's one on file in Justice Court, and that's what this is for, is Justice Court.
Let me see if he's, I don't know where he is. Hang on just a second. Let me see. I just want to make sure I do right.
No, I understand.
This for his handicap thing.
Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this, how are you?
Done.
Alright, so this, well, you've done this before.
Yeah.
So this is just the cover sheet.
Okay.
And obviously you know it, but I'm just gonna file this, stamp it, and file it in there. So you gotta just make sure that you are, making sure that all the other agencies.
And I actually probably should have done a cover sheet when I reopened the criminal cause next door, because I see it's got the box for reopened, and
this will be an initial.
And it's still showing closed. It's still showing inactive. I figured.
I don't know. Katrina will be back on Monday.
Okay.
So it would probably be initial.
So it would this be an initial filing, or would this go? I mean, it's a Rule 59, or in the alternative Rule 60. It's a basically a motion to set aside. It's a motion for rehearing. It's one of my combination things. It's a judicial notice for a notice of appeal. It's a.
I would just say right now to be initial, because it's going to be a brand new case for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an initial case, because there's an appeal would have to be, and then just you against, I guess, the state of Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm trying to have it removed to district court. Go take it federal.
How old are you now?
7.
No, 7. What grade are you in? First?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting ready for the break?
Mm-hmm. Did Mama cook?
So it may not even need to be marked as initial filing. It may need to be marked as appeal or transfer,
Whatever you want to do.
or transfer from other court. But I mean, I guess if it's wrong, so long as I have.
This is just for us to know how to actually file it and contact.
Got you.
Since you're going to be pro se, you're the one that's doing all of the paper shuffling between entities.
Sure.
So we're just the stopping point for it all.
Is there a place on here for my number, email address, anything? I see.
Should be. You can just kind of.
I can write it next to the address.
Yeah, you can just write it in here. Yeah, because usually they'll write their bar number and all that kind of stuff.
You should hear how that conversation went down with Jill just now. I mean, it was right before I got her, and I was hot. I turned in a public record request a few days ago to get, you know how like the Oxford Eagle and other publishers will publish people that got locked up, you know, what their charge, you know, basically like the Jack magazines and all that.
Oh, see, I don't even know.
Well, the Oxford Eagle does it, and Hotty Toddy does it. They'll, like, if somebody gets arrested, they'll basically headline them in the crime section. Well, I said enough is enough. It's about time to start putting these judges that are issuing just bonds that go way on tilt, you know, that are just so ridiculous. You got mine back in 2017 that was ridiculous on the high end for a crime that never actually happened. It was a false flag event. And then you have a guy that put somebody at gunpoint at a gas pump, charged with the same charge, aggravated stalking, charged with the same charge, and he's given a $2,500 bond. The bond guidelines are supposed to be $5,000 to $50,000 on that charge. They set mine at $150,000, so I couldn't get out, and kept me jailed for 6 weeks. And set his at half of the minimum, you know, and it's so unfair. And when they do that, they need to start getting headlined. The judges need to start getting headlined for it. So that's what I'm going to do. I asked for who the judge was that set the bond on him, and I was going to put the judge front and center. I think it's Carolyn Bell, and they don't want to tell me it's Carolyn Bell. They don't want to comply with the public record request, and she had the audacity to say a few things and hang up on me she shouldn't have said.
All right, so Judge Smith has been assigned to this one.
He has?
When I have to hit a judge assigned key, and it's one of 3, so you got Judge Smith.
Okay.
It's an algorithm. We don't have any control over it, but.
Well, I mean, that's how it was with the post-conviction relief, and then it ended up getting changed to John Kelly Luther. And, you know, there's so...
But I think on that didn't it happen because Gregory and
yeah.
Forward and all them resigned? And
That was at the time that all that happened.
Yeah.
But, you know, John Kelly Luther, he there's so much conflict of interest. We are front and center in the Supreme Court right now. We're in the Court of Appeals. And there's obviously huge constitutional rights violations that are alleged. He's supposed to have recused himself from all matters, but this Justice Court matter was 9 charges against me. All Justice Court judges in Lafayette County recused, so they sent it to Judge Luther to choose the judge from out of town to be the judge for it. Now, that's not a conflict of interest. You know, we've got an ongoing appeal in the Supreme Court right now, and, you know, this gives him the option of basically handpicking the judge to persecute me, denied me a trial by jury. Lafayette County Sheriff's Department got rid of cameras and introduced knowingly perjurious testimony at trial. Got caught. The sheriff got caught. Every deputy there got caught. And he still found me guilty. Wouldn't give me a trial by jury.
Okay, so this is all going to be on Delta as of 6 o'clock.
Okay.
It's out there now.
Do you see, if anything was filed today, would you be able to see it on your end prior to me being able to see it?
In circuit or civil?
No, criminal.
Criminal?
OK17-295 was the criminal cause I reopened. I don't think he would have issued a ruling on it yet, but...
You said criminal?
Yeah.
LK what?
17-295.
The last thing we had was 1123, motion for relief from judgment.
That's what I entered. Okay. And one other thing, do you happen to have the ability to get me a copy of that stamped
This?
of the new thing I just filed?
Yeah, I can just make you a copy of it.
Awesome.
Is this open by itself?
Be careful with that.
Who's that girl name?
Alright. Like I said, it'll be up and live on Delta.
Okay. You know if Mickey Mallet's still here, or has he crawled back into his hole?
He's not here. He hasn't been here. I haven't seen Mickey since.
Mickey
like,
Mallet.
Monday or Tuesday. So, because he's not here most days. I mean, he has something he's working on, or there's a trial upstairs. Usually he's at Albany, I think.
I got you.
Yeah.
I thought you said Mickey Mouse.